It's really hard to access spaces and artists. It's hard to live here. The housing market is crazy. And so artists don't really have spaces to make their art. There are people who understand that very clearly. And then there are folks who don't really know that there's a problem because we have a thriving arts community here.
Raashan Ahmad is the Executive Director of Vital Spaces, an organization committed to providing low-cost studio and exhibition space to artists, primarily from communities who, historically, have had a hard time elevating their own voices.
I'm a DJ and I'm constantly playing my ancestors' music. Hip-hop is the culture that raised me. The perseverance is something that just fuels me.
Vital Spaces' latest project is repurposing the recently closed Joann's fabric.
At Joann, our purpose is to serve and inspire creativity.
Upcycling it into temporary studio spaces for artists, with a grand opening you can attend this Friday, January 23rd from 5 to 9.
There were some tags that were on the front, the windows were boarded up, and so the owners hit up the city to see if there were any muralists that could paint over the boards. They hit a city councilor up, the city councilor hit an arts and culture department, and then they were like, hey, Raashan, you know any muralists? And I was like, well, but what about the inside? And this is our model. Some folks on our board, shout out to Christopher Webster, who is a real estate agent, helped negotiate it. It is a temporary space, but they're really awesome just about letting us access it, so here we are.
So why are projects like Vital Spaces so vital?
It can show proof of concept. When I talk to funder class folks or just new people to Santa Fe, they don't understand how big the gap is. I did this research project for the new state's creative industries division, and it became like, oh, I see why it's so difficult for us. I'm sure you've heard many stories here in Santa Fe of folks who just like, I tried and it didn't work and I'm just frustrated. And like the reasons behind the whys, it is systems more than people. Because when people are like, oh, the city doesn't, I'm like, who in the city? Because there's a bunch of cool homies in the city that are like trying. It's far less people I can actually point to be like, oh, you're the one who's like hoarding the gold bricks.
You can't find your twirling mustache.
Yeah,
villain,
it's really just is like, oh, it's this whole process that's messed up. We out here in all of the spaces. If there's time and patience to connect with one another and really see each other, it's like we can galvanize, you know what I mean? We're all out of practice in being in community for real. It's something that we all want, but the practice, I think, just being in space together, having grace and patience, especially during these times when we're all just out here in our feelings, will be helpful. And then just showing up at the DJ spot remix over here and at site openings.
And at the Jean Cocktail Living Room for our free monthly community conversation.